Rice, an Asian food staple for more than 5,000 years. More than just a carbohydrate, it's said to be a symbol of life, wealth, and fertility. But is this famous grain worthy of such a reputation? And do modern processing methods strip away the raw health benefits? Today, we divulge what's behind the husk by pitting rice against potato. We hold a very special dinner party and get to the heart of sushi with 3 men and a rice roll. No grain will be left uncovered as we investigate rice.
In Asia, more than 2 billion people get 60 to 70% of their caloric intake from rice. It's our staple carbohydrate.
Rice is a type of grain and usually is classified into 3 types: long, medium, or short. There are more than 40,000 different varieties of rice available today, from the more common jasmine or basmati rice to exotic versions like red cargo rice, glutinous, and arborio rice. Of course, the most famous types are simply named after their color: white rice and brown rice. In 2012 alone, we consumed over 350,000 tons of rice. There's such a huge variety, so let's find out how the different types measure up. Generally, rice is low in fat and sodium, has some protein, and lots of energy-providing carbohydrates. But how does this affect our bodies?
There are a whole range of interesting developments in the nutrition of rice. Firstly is the concept of glycemic index, whereas most rice give rise to a sharp increase in blood glucose, and we call this rice high glycemic index rice. Basmati rice has one of the lowest glycemic index responses, and one of the highest glycemic response is glutinous rice.
Besides its glycemic index, other differences between the rice variants include aroma, texture, vitamin content, and amylose content.
The greatest difference is in terms of amylose content, meaning whether it's soft or hard or sticky rice or non-sticky rice, depending on the qualities of the amylose, then you have different uses for that rice. Whether or not it's great as a sweet, or it's great for sushi, or congee, or noodles.
We often hear the term carbo loading, which for a professional athlete really means they're doubling, tripling, or quadrupling their carbohydrate intake to prepare for an intense competition or demanding workout. But is this really the right thing to do?
When you eat a carbohydrate, the sugar releases a hormone called insulin, and this hormone insulin facilitates excess energy be stored as fat, and that's why carbohydrate-rich foods may contribute to you becoming obese.
As our society becomes more and more health conscious, we're encouraged to eat more brown rice, notably the healthier cousin of white rice.
Brown rice, as the term implies, has got what's called the aleurone layer and the bran, which means that brown rice has got many of the nutrients such as the vitamins and minerals intact compared to white rice. White rice is white because it's been completely polished. Once you polish the rice, almost all the vitamins and almost all the minerals are gone. So gram for gram, brown rice in general would be more nutritious from the nature of its vitamin and mineral composition than white rice.
Rice is very rarely eaten plain. It's often served with a delicious side dish or cooked up with delectable ingredients. What I want to know is, what is the best way to eat my rice so that I'm maximizing the nutritional content?
Preparation of rice is critical. Historically, what we used to do is to boil the rice in excess water and throw the water away. And that's when you drain all the residual minerals and vitamins. So the key point is that don't use excess water, don't throw the water away, and that's the key way in which you can preserve the even small amount of micronutrients that are present in the rice.
There are so many different types of rice out there, but usually we're only drawn to one or two. We all have our favorites. So I'm throwing a little bit of a dinner party, because I love dinner parties, and I'm making fried rice. But I'm using 3 different types of rice, and then I'm going to see on this blind date which type of fried rice my guests prefer. Lucas, what's it been? 14 years? Have a seat.
Hey.
Guys, I'm so happy that you made it to my dinner party. I hope you guys are hungry.
Oh, yes, yes.
What do you guys think about fried rice on the menu?
My favorite.
Really? But you know there's so many different types of rice out there, right?
Yes.
But what is it that you usually eat?
Any kind of rice, so long as it's rice.
Brown rice.
Oh, you like brown rice? Why?
It adds more flavor in the fried rice. It tastes much better.
I like white rice. It's just as fragrant on its own, so it's good.
Well, I hope you're gonna like my fried rice. But there's a little bit of a twist. You are going to eat my fried rice blindfolded. Ooh. Yeah. Because I decided to make fried rice with 3 different types of rice. I'm not gonna tell you which one's which, but you are gonna taste all 3 and then you'll tell me your favorite and why.
Okay.
It's going to be fried rice, right?
Yes, I promise. I promise. Using the same cooking method for all 3 dishes, I've prepared white, basmati, and whole grain brown rice with soy sauce, sesame oil, and vegetables. First up, the classic white fried rice. Next, fried rice number 2, made with basmati rice. Finally, brown fried rice. I hope this won't be the first and last time these 3 taste my culinary efforts. So, how is my cooking? Be honest, but be nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Uncle Frank, what's your vote?
Number 1.
Joey?
2.
Number 2.
Ah, okay. Uncle Frank, you chose number 1. Why? Did you feel a difference or taste a difference in texture?
Yes, yes. It's smoother. I like this in the first one.
Why'd you pick number 2?
It has more flavor, and it's kind of crunchy as well.
It tastes better and the flavors come out more.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is you've chosen. Uncle Frank, you chose number 1.
Yes.
And you are true hardcore fan of plain white rice.
Right.
Joey and Lucas, you both picked number 2, right?
Yeah.
Basmati rice.
Oh.
That's why it was more fragrant and it had that crunchy texture. Lucas, I'm surprised at you because you didn't pick number 3. That was brown rice.
Oh, really?
Your favorite. You didn't pick your favorite. You guys look surprised.
I never really ate basmati rice before, so I'm surprised it tastes like that.
Okay, well, I'm so happy that you guys liked it. I was able to cook something that you found a little bit different, you haven't had before.
Yes.
And for you, Uncle Frank, you
Right.
still like your white rice.
That's right.
Well, I would say my little dinner party soiree has been a success. Don't stray far, because after the break, we take the lid off the simmering issue of genetically modified rice.
The greatest concerns that we face are hunger.
And what happens when 3 men do battle in a sushi restaurant? Rice is one of the most common foods in Asia. It's rich in carbohydrates and minerals, but beyond its nutritional value, it's also quite a controversial commodity. The International Rice Research Institute, or IRI for short, is very closely involved in the research and genetic development of rice. I want to know how this helps the world's rice consumers. Worldwide, IRI is doing some pretty cool things with rice. They are dedicated to understanding rice production to help reduce world poverty and hunger.
The IRI was and continues to be the cradle of the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution was the process within which the world got together to apply science to the problem of food security. The greatest concerns that we face are hunger. The greatest concerns we face are productivity. How do we get to feed 3 billion people who eat rice every day with the rice that they want and they need?
As demand for rice increases in Asia and other parts of the world, science has begun collaborating with farmers, creating new or hybrid varieties of rice, or what we call genetically modified rice. This has stirred a lot of debate in the rice community, but of course, there are two sides to every rice grain.
Essentially, genetic engineering enables us to make breeding much more accurate and much faster. At the moment, we know of 120,000 different varieties of rice. We need to know the genetic characteristics of each variety so that we can choose the traits that are important for the development of new varieties.
One of the most well-known projects that Erie has been working on is golden rice, a genetically fortified grain that contains a high amount of provitamin A.
Golden rice is the rice science's contribution to the issues facing us with micronutrient deficiency. Rice doesn't have very much of vitamin A, zinc, and iron. And the research that we're doing is to introduce vitamin A, meaning beta-carotene, into rice, so that as we eat our rice, we'll also get the vitamins that we need for our bodies.
Green super rice is a new type of grain, which has a high resistance to insects and is able to withstand tough growing conditions.
Green super rice is, of course, a new variety. It's a lot more productive and it's a lot more environment friendly. The most important developments are advances in breeding that enable us to beat submergence, floods, that enable us to generate varieties that can withstand heat, that can withstand drought, that enables us to plant rice in poor soils, plants that generate their own fertilizer, plants that enable us to plant in areas where there is less irrigation, there is less sunlight, and there are lower levels of support services from the public.
In Asia, rice makes up 2/3 of the region's diet every day. However, can we have too much of a good thing?
The recommended rice consumption is about 70 to 80 grams, which is a small bowl of the Chinese type that you are familiar with. Anything more will actually exacerbate your risk of getting type 2 diabetes, but also risk you of getting overweight. And therefore, the key challenge is to add other components to your rice meal and therefore enjoy it as a condiment.
The simplest way to lower the glycemic index of rice is to have it with other high-protein foods, like eggs, meat, and seafood. Sushi is one of the tastiest ways to get this healthy mix.
400 years ago, the art of making sushi came to life in Tokyo. It was actually a type of fast food using fresh fish. Now, Chef Ethan here from the Tokyo Sushi Academy is making a more modern type of sushi that we all have come to love. It's called the California roll. I think it's time to have a little bit of fun. I invited 3 of my buddies. They're comedians, they're crazy, they're wild, and they have never made sushi in their life.
The cheeky trio are ready to karate kick their way through this challenge. There's Matthew, Wayne, and last but not least, Scott. Here's the catch. These 3 jokers will have to create the perfect sushi roll in just 5 minutes. When the battle commences, Chef June here will judge all of their creations.
3, 2, 1, California roll! Yeah!
Well, I think I'm done.
What are you doing? Get out. Ah, no.
It's very sticky, this rice.
Come on, 2 minutes left. Let's go. Push it.
Picking up the pace. Picking up the pace, boss.
Oh my gosh. So Wayne, you're actually trying to squeeze in the avocado. No.
Check it out. I'm pretty awesome.
You're awesome.
Just don't look at the bottom.
20 seconds.
20 seconds? Don't worry about our fingers. Oh no, it's all squeezing out the ends.
Okay, bring it up.
You didn't even make an effort to make it look nice, look.
Oh, look at the fatness on that. That's disgraceful.
Show us what you got.
Clear.
Drunken.
No.
I win!
Wait.
Time's up. Now, who will be crowned Sushi Sensei?
He's winning.
More importantly, who came last?
Which is the worst one, chef?
Well, it's this.
What do you think about it?
Representing UK.
When we return, it's rice versus potato. Which will prevail? And we get exclusive behind-the-scenes access at the rice production line. Don't boil over just yet. While we love our rice, some countries in the West prefer their carbohydrate staple of potatoes. Potatoes are said to be rich in vitamins and minerals, and I'm just curious, which one of the two is more nutritious? Rice, potatoes, potatoes, rice, potatoes, potatoes, rice, potatoes, rice.
Potato has got little or no protein, whereas rice has about 8 to 10% protein. So in terms of protein content, rice will be hands down. If you then look at the vitamin C content, rice has little or no vitamin C, and potato is a rich source of vitamin C. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts of what you eat. And I think that's good because you don't end up having one particular staple all your life.
Out of the two carbohydrates, potatoes and rice, I'm wondering which one will give me the most energy to burn throughout the day and will keep me full longer. So I've invited two friends to take part in a little experiment, rice versus potatoes. Our two volunteers will each consume the specific food for all 3 meals within one day. Jiaqi is assigned to eat just rice dishes, while Valerie is tasked to have potato-based dishes. We'll then see which carbohydrate will triumph. Rice is a worldwide industry. Rice farming and related production industries employ more than 100 million people worldwide. One of Singapore's oldest manufacturers of rice products is Gan Hap Lee. I'm paying them a visit to get the inside word on how rice is refined and made ready to eat.
Rice manufacturing have actually evolved over the past 2 decades. With the help of technology, there are now multiple checks on the rice for food safety and quality, right down to the individual grains.
The color sorting machine is the last stage of production before the processed rice is packaged. Every grain is scanned and a high-speed camera detects any color defects. Grains that don't make the grade are ejected from the sorter automatically. One of Gan Hap Lee's most popular rice varieties is Jasmine Fragrant, or the Thai Homali rice.
Thai Homali is actually a worldwide recognized certification for rice accredited by the Ministry of Trade for Thailand to actually certify that the content of fragrant rice is actually 92% and above. For consumer, it's actually an assurance for them the fragrance is actually natural and not artificial.
Let's catch up with our two lean, keen, carb-eating machines. It's time to find out how each of them have fared after consuming 3 strict meals of rice or potatoes. Jiaqi, you were on a rice mission, 3 meals in one day. Is this normal for you to eat this much rice every day?
Usually I do not have rice for breakfast.
Did you feel any different when you actually had rice for breakfast?
I felt full throughout the day and I was very energetic. During my CrossFit class in the evening, the workout for the day will involve lots of box jumps and I was hopping up and down like a rabbit.
Okay, so you had lots of energy with the rice, huh?
How about you, Valerie? You were on a potato mission this time. What do you usually eat? Are you a potato person?
I usually have rice or noodles and not really potatoes.
And how did you feel after all those potatoes?
Great! I actually had a craving for more potatoes. I was craving for chips at the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, in terms of energy, how did you feel throughout the day?
I guess normal for me, but if I have to work out, then probably I'll need to eat something else to supplement that potatoes.
Okay, so rice gives you more energy, apparently, but for Valerie, when she had the potatoes, not much of a difference, but now she wants potato chips and she's in a real potato mood. Thanks so much for doing this and for making me very hungry.
Ah, rice. It has so many wonderful benefits and it can be enjoyed in so many ways. But the nutritional content and how it was processed are just as important as its taste.
It's really up to us to learn as much as we can about the food we eat. What is the carbohydrate content? What is the protein content? What is the vitamin content of the rice? So as you become an educated consumer, you're able to understand which varieties and which countries produce the best quality rice for your taste and for your income.
Rice is so much more than just a common staple in our diets. It's a multi-million-dollar worldwide industry that's evolving with the times. And technology now plays a very integral role in the production and the quality of rice being sold. And the varieties available to us just means that we are spoiled for choice. But remember, too much of anything is never a good thing. It's very important that we portion our intake. And for those of you that are health conscious, well, the varieties out there offer different benefits. So just remember, choose wisely and let's try and look beyond our standard white rice.